Kia ora everybody, welcome to the stunning Bay of Islands and welcome aboard a 2019 Huntsman Centurion. Today we're going to review this boat from an owner's perspective, and unlike other sort of boat reviews where it's a beautiful brand new show boat, this is our boat. In fact, this is our boat out for the day. I didn't even bring this out especially. Back of shot, there's some people waiting to go fishing, and as you can tell from my pants, I've just been swimming. So this is about as honest as you can get from an owner's perspective. I'm also going to share with you 5 things I absolutely love about this boat and 5 things I'm not so hot on or would potentially change if I was to spec this boat again. Let's get it. Okay, let's start down at the important end of things. Obviously this is spec dependent, what you choose to power your boat with, and it's tricky. Honda have their fantastic fuel efficiency and their reliability. Yamaha, well, they've got their master joystick that's all fully integrated and really easy to use to hold on spots. We've gone for Mercury for one reason. Mercury, they can do this. That alone is worth the price. Now while we're down the transom end of things, I want to talk about an option that we obviously didn't spec, but if you're going to buy one of these new, you should absolutely look at, and that's the full transom walk around. If you want to see what that looks like, either go to Huntsman's Instagram page or check out Flinjack Fishing, who's got a hardtop version of this with the fully integrated transom. When this boat was built, that actually didn't exist, but it fully transforms the whole rear of this boat and adds probably another metre or so of workable space. Okay, so obviously in from the transom is our main area where you're probably going to be spending most of your time, and this is where Huntsman have been really clever. So first of all, really comfortable seats. You actually feel in the boat here, lots of padding through here, lots of storage, easy at hand, cup holder just down there, nice and handy for all those big long rides home. Then plenty of storage underneath. These bins also slide out so that you've got fishing room. Again, you can get to tackle easily, nice high sides, plenty of room throughout here. You've also got the removable carpet at the stern, which is handy if you are doing lots of fishing or you get a kahawai or something on board, it's going to bleed out. The other thing while we're down here, nice easy access to your battery switches and your batteries themselves. A little bit tricky to get out if there was one little bit of feedback there, but most of the time nice and accessible, easy to clean. This side we've just got some storage. Okay, moving forward, we've got the back-to-back seat here with heaps of storage underneath. You can also access that nice and quickly by lifting this out of the way and reaching in to grab anything quickly. Quite a clever idea there. Another clever idea is this rod storage system along here. On other boats you would have seen little sockets where you have to poke the rod through. I've actually found that will snap the end of a rod. So these are nice and accessible, ready to go. They can also be held into place by a little bungee. Really clever bit of design there. Helm station. There's a couple of different options with the seats, which you can have a look on the Huntsman website to see what they look like. But this is obviously just the standard pedestal seat. It spins all the way around so you can be part of the action here. Fully adjustable forward and back, up and down. Good that you can actually slide it back and have some access so you can just stand up. Okay, one of the real frustrations I find of boats is sometimes you feel like you're pushed too far or too close to the wheel. In terms of the dash, everything's pretty much to hand. All your switches are there, anchor there, trim tabs, VHF, all the usual stuff you'd normally find on a boat of this sort of caliber. Hummingbird sounder, we'll come back to the Hummingbird sounder and my thoughts on that, but needless to say there's plenty of room for a good sized fish finder here. On the queen side, or the passenger side, nice comfy seat. You've got the same sort of dash that's mirrored over here. Really nice bit of design. Good access to the Fusion stereo, phone charging, bit of storage in there. Then, something that Huntsman do, I think, top in class is the access forward. These stairs are obviously integrated into the cabin door. Makes going forward nice and easy. One of the big changes between the Centurion and the previous model, the Series 6000, is that there's no longer a walk around, which is actually, you don't need it because you've got this, and it gives you about that much extra room either side. So you've got nice big deep side pockets here that you can see plenty of stuff in, and more room in the cabin. You actually feel more enclosed, and it makes it a bit drier as well. Anyway, let's go forward. Okay, up on the bow here, pretty standard, although there's a couple of cool little features. A nice bow ladder for accessing. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Nice deep anchor locker. Okay, anyone who knows a wee bit about anchor winches knows you need lots of fall underneath so they don't get jammed. Not an issue in this case. Obviously access it through the hatch if you wanted to, or up those stairs as I've just showed you. This cabin top here is quite flat. A lot of other boats will round off and you sort of feel like you're falling off. This reasonably flat with the grip built all the way in. Pretty nice secure place for lounging around, or even having it flicking a soft bait off if you really wanted to. Right, back in the cockpit, I want to talk about a couple of options that Huntsman offer with the Centurion. There's a soft top version, which obviously we're on today, or a hard top version. Again, go have a look at Flynn Jack's page if you want to see what that looks like. However, I think what we've got is actually the best of both worlds. We've got these fully wrapped round clears that give all the benefits of a hard top, and then with a few zips and buttons, they all come out and you've got the open top feeling again. Obviously that's personal preference there, but I wouldn't go rushing into a hard top thinking you're going to have that dryness or the protection from the weather, because this does a really adequate job. Okay, and welcome to the cabin on board the Huntsman Centurion. Now, I would call this boat as an overnighter as opposed to a weekender. Yes, we've slept on it, and as you can see here, I'm not exactly a basketball player, but plenty of room for me, and I've certainly slept on here. There's an infill cushion here. Couple of things, toilet. Okay, there's actually not enough room to put a porta potty or anything there, but that's not such a bad thing. Anyone who's got a toilet on board their boat, including us on our Ray Glass, knows that it's a pain in the neck to actually pull everything out in the middle of the night. A porta potty down the back is a much better option. Plenty of storage up along the side here. I really like this slightly darker grey headlining. It seems to hide sort of dirt and stuff a wee bit easier. Obviously the door slides across as you've just seen, and a little bit of storage under there for flares and bits and pieces like that. So really good storage for all your stuff, and overnight capable in a pinch. Nice ventilation through there too. It gets pretty hot up in here when you're overnight. But no, nice little cabin. So what's it like to actually drive and be out on? Now, most reviews will talk about things like dead rise and methods of construction, which are all crucial but really hard to quantify. So what we've got here is actually a little bit of sea breeze, maybe 15 knots, and I'll show you how comfortable this thing is. Let's bring it up. Okay. So a little bit of banging and crashing initially. That's 20 knots. Another 3 knots like that. We'll slow down to about 18. Pretty undramatic really, especially with the clears in, but there's a real reassurance to the way this thing goes. It doesn't throw anything at you that you wouldn't expect. We've been out in 3 knots and we've been out in 30 knots, and as much as the camera's shaking, it's pretty comfortable and it's safe. Again, those high gunnels make you feel nice and secure. It's just undramatic. Okay, so now we've had a bit of a walk through to the boat and sort of seen an overview of it. Let's go through 5 things I love about this boat and 5 things I'm not so hot on. Now, number 1 has to be the way this thing looks. Such a muscular design. The way the shear line drops away at the back and that really unique wrap. We get so many people asking, hey, what's that boat? That looks so good. Either at rest or underway, this thing catches eyes. Number 2, the bow access. I mentioned this a little earlier, but it's so easy for anyone of almost any age to climb up there and to have full access to the anchoring, to swim, to fish, whatever. Really integrated into the boat. No one's dangling over the side down those narrow little gunnels down each side. Really safe, really secure, and really well thought out with that door. Number 3, storage and the thoughtfulness behind the storage. For example, this rod rack here. Nice and easy, and there's no carpet behind, which A, won't get moldy, and B, means you can wash the rods in situ. Really clever. There's storage under the floor here. As mentioned, there's storage under the seating here. There's pockets everywhere you reach. There is so many places on this boat where you can hide gear, store it away, and have it ready for when you need it. Number 4 is the high gunnels. It really makes you feel like you're in the boat. That's, I suppose the downside is a long way to reach to grab something or to wash your hands. But if you're fishing or jigging, you have lots to lean against. When you're sitting down, you feel secure, and it also keeps you dry. Really makes people who are a little bit unsure about boating feel safe, and it's definitely something people have commented on. And number 5 is the breadth of ability that this boat has. So many boats are either just fishing boats or just ski boats. This boat manages to be quite a lot of things all in one. Let me just tell you what I mean. The Helm chair flips around. You've got the back-to-back chair here and the 2 seats here. So it's a nice place to sit, have a drink, have a little table, and socialize. Then, as I showed you earlier, very easily slide the bin away. We've got heaps of room here to get wakeboards ready, skis ready, swim, chuck gear in, whatever, as well as fishing. So with a quick change of some bits and pieces like spinning the seat round, moving that away, this boat can change really quickly, and I think that's clever design. But like any boat, it's not perfect. Here's 5 things I would change or would like to see improved. The first thing I'd like to see done a little bit better. This ladder. It's a good idea, but it doesn't quite work. See, it won't go down with the anchor. Even if you put the anchor down, it catches on that. Definitely some refinement could be done to make this work, because at the moment, that ladder is essentially useless. Number 2. As much as we've talked about how great these clears are when they're in, whoever built these ones or made these ones didn't put a leading dome on the front of it, which means when this piece isn't in on a nice open day, these flap like a couple of dog ears. Not a great look for such a good looking boat. Number 3, the flooring, or the flooring type. As you can see at the back here, we've got removable carpet, which is great, and as you can see, needs a clean. But up forward here, it's glued in. Seems strange you wouldn't have it all removable. I think it all should be removable as standard, and then the upgrade being sea deck flooring. Real pain to clean and to get dry. Number 4, and I feel a little bad because this isn't Huntsman themselves, but it's the suppliers who they get product from. For example, see the stainless pole? It's drilled the wrong way, so the toe point is at the back. Massive oversight from the stainless supplier. While we're talking about stainless, look through here. Look at the yellowing of some of the stainless fixtures through here. Really disappointing for a boat that's not that old. Look down here. Fusion speaker. Look at all the corrosion all through it. Yeah, we clean it, but it just hasn't stood the test of time. But unfortunately, the worst thing we've had has been the windscreen. This is actually the second windscreen for this boat. The first one was full of corrosion, and even the replacement. Take a look at that. All the sealer put together by someone who hasn't quite got the scope of using a sealer gun. Disappointing finish on an otherwise fantastic boat. And finally, number 5, and not so much a bad thing, but I think maybe a missed opportunity. As lovely as this dash is, and it's got lots of room and everything's very much to hand, if you look at new Tristrams, new Haynes Hunters, they've all got this fully integrated flat dash system now in their latest models. For this boat to be designed when it was and to sort of not have that offered, seems like a missed opportunity. Okay, let's quickly talk about the Hummingbird. And if you're from Hummingbird, I'm sorry, I don't have anything nice to say. This unit's not that old. If I press view, feel the lag. Wait, push it again, beeps, nothing happens. It's completely lost the ability to be a fish finder, like the actual sounder page just doesn't come up anymore. Still waiting for that to change. There we go, now something's happened. And now we've pushed too many buttons. So you push exit. Okay, we're back at this, so let's scroll through to fish finder. Nothing found. Let's go back here. So we just go, it's basically just map on high rotate. Even this map takes what feels like an age to load a lot of the time. I wouldn't recommend this gear to someone I didn't like. Overall, the Huntsman Centurion is a fantastic boat and a genuine reminder of how lucky we are in New Zealand to have so many fantastic boat manufacturers. Is it perfect? No, but there's an old adage that there's no such thing as the perfect boat anyway. But if you are looking for an extremely well-made, stylish boat with a huge breadth of ability, then you need to check this out. I'd also like to add that as an owner, Huntsman really do look after you, and Mike, the CEO of Huntsman Boats, really is one of the genuine good guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it as a useful buying guide. If you have, then please like, subscribe and comment. We love hearing your feedback. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more boating reviews.